we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh, I got you.
Mountain of no range, no pride. Mounting up, feel the wild collide. Word like gravel, spin and scrape. Truth or lies all take shape. The wreck is rolling off the rail. Life a crime, no fairy tale. Climb aboard or step aside. Smoking sparks light the tide. Mountain up high, grass posse ride. Train wreck chaos, we won't hide. Mountain up, no rage, no pride. Mounting up, feel the wild collide. Mounting up, feel the wild collide. Words like gravel, spit and scrape. Truth or lies all take shape. The wreck is rolling off the rail. Laugh a cry, no fairy tale.
And we are live, rolling up in here. The posse is
live.
almost just not here. You're one half. You might want to pull the
Two-man team.
You might want to pull the curtain. One of them curtains is shining in your face. Yeah, we can't. There we go. That'll work. Can't have that. There you go.
It's still beautiful.
Yeah. You've got a little scruff going. What's up with the scruff?
I've only had it 4 years. Are you just now noticing?
Well, I thought you was growing a beard. Do you keep it that length?
I keep it trimmed. I trim it once a week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go all Duck Dynasty or anything.
Yeah, I think you should. I think that would be a good look for you. You could turn into a real man. You're 54.
Give me a duck collar.
Yeah. Come after me. I'm a real man.
He's an unemployed man right now.
Well, you think about it. How much money do you think he has?
Enough.
Oh, yeah, enough not to worry about it. Anyway, we are going to kick off this show. Do not repeat. Do not adjust your set. We are that ugly. This is the train wreck of social media coming to you live from Hauser Nation Studios in parts unknown, somewhere in the middle of the United States of America.
It's a huge city, people.
It's a huge, huge city. So anyway, we are glad you joined us, and if you have not told everybody that you know that we are live and we're on and we want your comments, I'm going to pull it up right now to see if I can actually... Let's see if we can do this. I think we can. Let me see if I can pull this up. Go to our live tab. It's not showing that we're live.
A little engine that could.
Well, let's just see if it does. Yeah, I'm not showing we're live, but I know we are. Let's see here. We'll go this route with it. You would think we would have this thing down pat by now, but we don't. We're one-man operations. And we have created a podcast list, so you can actually listen to the shows. Oh, let's see here. Oh, maybe that'll work. Let's go this route with it. Bingo! There we are. Let's see. Will it catch us up? Yes, it will. Well, anyway, now we are live. Let's go with the chat. Welcome to the big show.
Or medium size show.
Or the side show. You know, this brings back memories when me and you, it was just me and you when we started, and it's me and you again.
We were the masters of our domain.
That was it. We took care of business, didn't we?
We certainly did.
So you reckon we ought to go back to that? Just go back to us and can the two punks that don't show.
The two punks that don't show up?
Yeah, can the two.
I mean,
the peasants that don't show, because one of them lived in the trailer park down at the foot of the hill of Swainlow Estates. The other
begged
one
for his spot.
Begged for it. He did. Yeah, and he promised.
Yeah,
he would be faithful. He ain't been faithful.
Mm-mm.
No, not faithful at all. We're not going to call any names. But then the other one, wanted to be on the hill. Wanted to be on the hill at Swainlow Estates, so we said, nah, ain't gonna happen. There ain't been room for 2 houses up on the top of the hill at Swainlow Estates. But we did give him a glass house that we could take target practice at.
And how does he repay us?
Not showing up.
A lot.
Yeah. He's well.
Our boy down at the bottom of the hill next to the garbage can.
Yeah.
He has a semi-excuse. I mean,
crack a tooth or something.
yeah, if you can't talk.
I think he got tied up by the Booker brothers.
Well, that's probably what happened. He got that tail whipped, and he doesn't want anybody to see the bruises.
He got a chair shot right in the old kisser.
Right in the chops. Right in the kisser.
But in all seriously though, BB is at the hospital with his mama. She's in our prayers, having a procedure done.
Okay.
So that's where
legit.
he's at. But now last week he didn't have a good excuse.
He had no excuse.
No, he called it Taylor time. Living on Taylor time.
Well,
That's what he's been singing.
We're a grown men.
That's right.
We know how to.
Put the foot down. We know how to.
We know this dude ain't out every night.
Yeah. We I know how to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we schedule our day just like everybody else does.
Sure.
And this just isn't important to them. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it boils down to.
If
not
you,
a priority. We're not a priority.
Exactly what that is. Why? What was the old saying? Why be somebody's? What was it? Why be there? Why? How was it?
On. Why
Why be somebody else's priority when they don't treat you as theirs? Something like that. Anyway, I messed that one up pretty bad.
Not the first time.
No,
Won't
it's
be the
not.
last.
It probably won't be the last. It definitely won't be the last. But we got some interesting news to talk about.
We certainly do.
Let me get the cut sheet.
Kick her off.
Hey, batter, swing! That's what it sounded like when I struck a D swing out at Johnstone. Anyway,
That's
let's.
in his head.
We don't want to get sidetracked off me smoking you, but anyway, here we go.
I believe I took you 8 rows deep.
Every single time it would be 2 strikes down and
Bam!
gone. Yeah, I was like, golly. It's like you knew what was coming. You knew what the tape ball was going to do.
I saw your pitches in, out, up, down.
Yeah. And you thought, well, I bet you he's going to go with this.
I know what's coming.
Yeah. I didn't know I was that predictable, but
there she goes.
and that's why I never was a major league pitcher. Among other reasons, that was just one of them. So, all right. We could go with our cover 2. Let's wait and do cover 2 later, just in case Randall unties himself from the Booger Brothers. And let's go with we'll do the AP. We'll do the top 25. And I had left some room on the new screen. The new layout here, it kind of looks jacked up because
I can't
Randall's not
see
here.
it. I'm not on over here, so I can't see anything.
Oh, yeah. But you can see on your phone. Watch us live. You'll see the screen I'm talking about. You do know how to do that, right?
We'll see.
Yeah. You can go to YouTube and type in North Georgia Sportsman. And somebody's watching us. We got people lined up here. Is anybody going to talk in the chat?
Y'all feel free to talk to us.
Come on, peeps.
You got questions, comments?
If you've got questions,
concerns?
If you've got questions, we have answers.
We absolutely have answers.
We absolutely have answers. I mean, we've been putting answers out there before answers were cool.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at the
whatever
new.
that means.
I don't really. It just sounded good at the moment. Let's look at. Do we want to do this right or we want to go? Let's go with another one. Let's go right here. College football rankings, top 25, the AP poll and the coaches poll. Number 1, Ohio State. They should remain number 1 till somebody dethrones them. Number 2 in both polls is Indiana. Number 3 in both polls is Texas A&M, which I think are going to get upset this week. Number 4, Alabama. Alabama's playing like a national championship team. Georgia, interesting news about Georgia.
Offense played really well.
The church clap got the referee suspended. But anyway, we'll cover that in just a minute. You do remember the church clap, right?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
This is the church clap, just so y'all know.
The timeout
Yeah.
slash.
Here's something interesting. They agree on the top 9 teams of football. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Texas A&M 3, Alabama 4, Georgia 5, Oregon 6, Georgia Tech 7, Ole Miss 8, 9 is Miami, 10 in the AP is Vanderbilt, 11 BYU, 12 Notre Dame, 13 Oklahoma, 14 Texas Tech, 15 Missouri, 16 Virginia, 17 Tennessee, 18 South Florida, 19 Louisville, 20 LSU, 21 Cincinnati, 22 Texas, 23 Illinois, 24 Arizona State, and 25 Michigan. And really the only thing that's a flip-flop.
I don't have YouTube. I'll have to do that between now and the next time. So.
Yeah, I think what we have right now is they have Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and Notre Dame kind of switched around, and then they kind of line everybody up close to that. There's a few here and there, but it's the same teams. There's nobody in there that's not. Now, the AP had USC had 97 votes to get in. Utah had 40. Tulane had 37. See if there's any notables. Minnesota had 1 vote to get the top 25.
Hey, good for Minnesota.
And the coaches poll, Navy had 59, USC had 52, and Northwestern had 1. What coach is putting Northwestern and says they need to be in the top 25?
Northwestern's coach.
Yeah. So
They did beat Penn State.
well, so you think since they beat Penn State, they should have been in the top 25?
I'm not saying that. I think that's what their coach is saying.
I think their coach is saying that too, and it's really pathetic. You know that's politics when that happens. But who in there is a shocker? Who do you think doesn't belong? Let's start with the top 10, and let's hit these quick. Who in the top 10 do you think does not belong?
Let me get the rankings.
I'm gonna go with the wild card right here. I'm gonna say Oregon. I don't know if Oregon's a top 10. I was really.
I don't know that. I mean, they struggled mightily with Penn State.
Yeah, they came up. I mean, they brought them up 2 points in the ranking, but the other one, I would say if any of them in that era in the top 10, because here's the way I look at it. Can Indiana beat Ohio State? Probably.
Yes.
You think they can?
I think they can.
Okay. Texas A&M, can they beat Ohio State?
Yes.
Alabama, can they beat Ohio
Yes.
State? Georgia, can they beat Ohio State?
Yes.
Oregon, can they beat Ohio State?
Yes. I'm looking at a team.
Georgia Tech, can they beat Ohio State?
I don't think so.
All right, so that's where
They're a little bit of fool's gold.
Oh.
And I'm rooting for Georgia Tech
Yeah.
to have a really good season. I think their coach is really good. He's at the very top of my. If Florida's. Well, they've got to get a new head coach.
Right.
It wouldn't bother me at all. That dude knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Now, when you look at who else would be? You think Vanderbilt's a top 10 team? Vanderbilt is scary.
They might be scary, but I think they would lose to most of the teams in front of them.
All right, let's look at it. Let's look at who Vanderbilt has coming up, and let's just look at their schedule. All right, here it is. Now they have Missouri. Will they beat Missouri?
Where's it at?
At Missouri.
I think they'll lose to Missouri.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry. At home. Missouri at home. And it's a 3:30 game.
I can see Vanderbilt winning that game.
Okay. At Texas.
I think they'll lose.
At home against Auburn.
Yes, I think they'll win.
At home against Kentucky.
I think Kentucky's melded in.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't play tough this past weekend.
And then at UT against the Vols. That one worries me because I think Vanderbilt could win that one. I really do.
Tennessee's defense is just not good.
No. Well, the front four is decent, but everything after that.
Diego's going to eliminate them.
Yeah.
Now, when the rush comes up the middle and he can't step up,
Yeah.
okay. But
The
as
front
soon as
four
the
and the
pocket
linebackers
breaks
are good.
down, it doesn't matter how good those front four are. They're not going to catch him.
No, they're not going to catch him. And then the secondary is extremely bad.
Right.
And they got exposed. And here's I told somebody at work this the other day that this is how I truly feel. I look at what if. Let's just play the what if scenario. What if Tennessee's kicker would have made that field goal? Tennessee would have went into Tuscaloosa undefeated, probably in the top 5, undefeated. And they rode in there and got their butts whipped. Okay, so Alabama really showed Tennessee's weakness. Tennessee was exposed, and I think they were fraud. I really think Tennessee doesn't deserve to be a top 15 team, and they're not right now. I think really we're 17th, and that's I don't even know if we're that good. I don't know.
Tennessee's they have good weapons on offense.
Mm-hmm. Great weapons on offense. Yeah.
I think they're a decent team, but the defense, yeah.
I think the offense, in my opinion, can play with anybody. Special teams, anybody. Defense, no. Secondary, no. Front four, yes. Linebackers, Secondary, no. And that's what gets me. But so I think let's say if you look at that, then Vanderbilt's going to lose one more game. If they beat Tennessee, they'll lose to Texas. So Tennessee and Texas may be the last 2. So they have 1 loss right now. So they would win. They would go out with 3 losses. If they beat Missouri, let's say they do beat Texas, and they sweep the rest of it, they're in the playoffs.
Oh, sure.
If they beat Tennessee,
well, I think they could lose one more game if it's the right game. Yeah. Losing on the road at Texas or at Tennessee isn't going to kill them.
No.
Especially if Tennessee continues to win.
Yeah, I could see that. So looking at that, Vanderbilt is that top 10 team. Now, if we look at Michigan, Arizona State had a good win.
I finally gave up on them, and they win. Yeah. I was all over them start of the year.
Yeah. So any of the top 25s you think doesn't belong? Who do you think is lower than what they really are? Let's go that route.
Oh, USF has some good wins. Their only losses to Miami.
Yeah. They're at 18. What about BYU? What do you think about BYU? They're undefeated, 7-0, and they've got them ranked 10. Now, they're saying Georgia Tech is better than BYU. They're saying Miami, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss. All right. What do you think about the Ole Miss Lane? Do you think Lane stays or Lane goes?
I think he stays.
Yeah, you think he's staying? I don't see him leaving to go to.
I think he's going to do what Mike Gundy did to Tennessee twice, and that's get a ginormous raise just by flirting with Florida.
Yeah. Well, they already signed a deal with him, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this year.
I've heard that, no, they haven't yet.
They didn't concrete it. I know they were talking about it.
They keep talking about it, but.
He'll be the highest paid coach, or close to it, I believe so.
He'll be in the top 3.
Yeah, he will. And who do you think is a higher paid coach should be, besides Kirby?
On Kirby and Ryan Day.
Coach Day, and Ryan Day, I was about to say that. And
maybe should be.
Maybe Dan Lanning out of Oregon, maybe.
But the only ones that have done anything, and, I understand Clemson's having a bad year, but you can't tell me Dabo's not a good coach.
Dabo is a fantastic coach.
And he's got 2 natties.
Yeah.
Lane shouldn't be paid more than him.
No. I agree. I think the measuring stick
Dabo's not number 3 right now.
Dabo his team ain't even in the top 25.
I understand that, but
and they're talking about running him out of town. Do you think Dabo goes to Florida? Ooh, nobody's thought about that.
Well, I mean,
what if Dabo picks up the phone and says, "Hey, I'm tired of running down the hill.
I think Alabama would have a stroke.
I'm tired of getting in the bus and driving around the block and running down the hill. I'm ready to come through the swamp."
I don't know that Dabo's, I won't say personality, but Dabo's belief system would work in Florida simply because he's very limited on using the NIL.
Yeah. Well, this exposes those kind of coaches.
Absolutely.
Saban couldn't handle the NIL.
That's why he got out.
Dabo can't handle the NIL. Kirby, he seems to be doing good.
He
with
doesn't
it.
like it, but he certainly uses it.
I'm not sure about DeBoer yet. I think he's okay with it. I don't know if he's able to rein that stuff in yet or if he's just riding a wave. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he has full command of that locker room and they're playing and running through a wall for him. I don't know.
Well,
Because there's a part you get 5-star athletes and you put them on the field, they're going to win whether they listen to you or not. That's just if you can get them to play.
I do
right?
think their field general is. I mean, Ty Simpson's been there a while. Mm-hmm. He seems like a really good leader. So, how much playing for Florida was Florida players doing as opposed to playing for Tim Tebow? His players loved him.
Yeah.
I think they were playing more for Tebow than they were Urban Meyer.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And Simpson kind of has that same persona. He's the leader of men.
Yeah. I'm not a big what do you call it? I'm not a big fan of Urban Meyer at all.
Well, I'm not either. And for that matter, and I know y'all get your tape recorders ready because I don't do it a lot. But
about Georgia.
And you may not like me saying Kirby, but I think the boys love Gunnar Stockton and his toughness and his grit.
Yeah.
And they play hard for him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because I saw this stat this week referring to Kirby as a quarterback whisperer. It pointed out Carson Beck's one bad game. Yes, he had a bad game. The kid at Nebraska, Dylan, whatever, they act like he ran that kid off. He did not run that kid off. That kid chose to go to Nebraska because his uncle is a coach there. Kirby had nothing to do with him leaving Georgia, or not coming to Georgia after he committed. And there was another quarterback or two on there. But what they failed to mention is Jacob Eason, who I still say would have won a national title in 2017 had Kirby put him back in instead of keeping Jake Fromm in.
Right.
They don't talk about Justin Fields, who went and lit it up at Ohio State. Did he get a national title while he was at Ohio State? I can't remember.
Oh, you know what? We hadn't been looking. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh.
The live chat's been blowing up, and I can't see it from where it's at. Randall is watching. He can't talk,
Yeah.
but he's watching. And River City Media is saying he's watching, and Bama, and he says Bama could be national champs.
No question.
Brent Key is a genius. I thought he said, Brent, you are a genius, but it's Brent Key.
Yeah. Then you read it.
Yeah, then I read it. Brent Key is genius. And then he says, underselling UT isn't losing to Candy and Knoxville. I don't know what he's meaning by that. What's he meaning by that? Underselling, I don't know. And then Harry Dog's in the house. And he says he's a great coach when he has generational quarterbacks. Probably talking, I don't know, I would say Dabo. I'm guessing.
Okay, that's...
Because that's about when it came out, I'm guessing, if I'm not mistaken.
I do think...
That's Keith, I believe, right? Or no?
No, he's actually at his granddaughter's school something. He'll be watching later.
Yeah.
Could be Lance starting.
Harry Dog, 1839. He's your buddy. I don't remember I don't know his...
Ray?
Who was texting you the other day and said they tried to get on and finally got on? That's who it is. So why wouldn't it? Who was you talking to while we was doing a show?
I slept since then. But
yes, it is Dabo. It is Dabo.
Okay, and I agree, but I do think Klubnik's a pretty good quarterback. He may not be generational,
Yeah.
but he's better than 75% of the quarterbacks in the country.
Well, I think we have.
I think the skill players have diminished a little bit at Clemson. I think that's the biggest problem in the O-line. But we can talk. Teams start and finish with the O-line. If the O-line can't get the job done, it doesn't matter who you have on
It
at
don't.
skill positions.
Yeah. It starts in the trenches. I mean, you've got to get the trenches done.
That's right.
So that's the I'm fixing to uncover something here. I'm working on this. So kind of talk a little bit till I can get this up for us real fast.
Well, I'll change subjects real quick.
You can do that.
We have the World Series coming up. Toronto.
You called that. Did you
Versus
not
LA.
call Dodgers and
I did.
Blue Jays? I gave you props in the
Yep. Except for you called me D.
what I call you? D Swain.
It wasn't D Swain.
Oh, I might need to go back and look. I typed it and I laid the phone down because I had
It was-
somebody walking in the office at work.
D Shane.
D Chain. Oh, well, okay. D Chain. I kind of like that's got a nice ring to it.
Sure.
So,
But I am tickled. Don Mattingly, who you know,
yeah.
is my favorite
Well,
player.
I don't know him personally, but.
No, I hadn't finished my thought.
Oh,
yet.
okay. My bad. I
Who
cut you
you
off.
know is my favorite player of all time.
Yes.
Named my son after him.
You did. You did.
After 40 years in professional baseball, goes to his first World Series this year. So now I'm a little torn. I love Freddie, and I want Freddie to get as many rings as he can. But I would love for Don Mattingly to get a ring.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Where is Don Mattingly the?
He's a bench coach for Toronto.
I didn't know that.
Hitting instructor, yeah.
So that's interesting. So your man could
Going
make it.
against his former team that he managed.
So here's what you would probably have. You would have to have one of them split jerseys, wouldn't you?
I really would.
Yeah.
It would
Urgers.
be 5 on one side and 3.
Would it be that, or
They
would
would
it
say
be? Would it be blue augers?
Freedingly, Freddie's, Freeman,
Free,
Free, and then TTLY,
Freely.
Part.
So
Freddie
the back would say Freely, and the front would say blue augers.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Or Dodgers.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be that'd be actually cool. You could actually
You should market that.
I think you should. I think that would be great. So, folks of you that don't know, we're talking about what I call you, D what?
D Shane.
D Chain. D Chain called this one about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago.
When the playoffs started.
Yeah, about 5 weeks ago because you was excited. It was right around the Ryder Cup.
Yep.
And you
great
picked,
week.
Yeah, you picked who was going to go to the World Series. You hit that right. We covered the top 10. Now I want to get into the good stuff. You know, we never talk about this. We hate talking about this 3-letter word.
But we gotta talk about it.
Gotta talk about it. And then we got some interesting things. We're going to talk
And we're
about
not really.
the
We're
Hall of Fame.
talking NBA adjacent or peripheral because we're not talking about the game.
No. We care less about that. I didn't even know they were still in business.
I didn't know they started.
I didn't either. I had no. I was like, what's this on my feed?
I mean,
It's just popping up on ESPN on my feed.
a lot
saying-
of the Florida people, because I'm on like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 boards on Facebook, they post games of Walter Clayton Jr. playing.
Yeah.
I thought it's still preseason.
Yeah.
Had no idea that the NBA season had started. But it doesn't matter because of what come down today.
No. Do you want? I'll let you break it because this is.
Well, I wasn't able to do a lot of reading on it, but I do know, and it's kind of 2 separate entities in the betting realm.
Do I need to give you some sirens while you're doing this?
No.
Like, because somebody getting arrested.
Well, 34 of them got arrested.
34
But it's
of them
for
got-
2 different actions,
Yes.
really.
Well,
One was the player
Yeah.
was getting popped for
Poker.
no, not the player, the coach.
The coach was doing poker.
Doing
Yes,
illegal
right.
poker.
Yeah.
The player got popped for basically throwing games.
Throwing games, yeah.
And there was a coach involved in that. But then you got, and I didn't realize this, Gilbert Arenas got arrested for essentially the same thing that Chauncey Billups got arrested for. Arenas got arrested last year because he was holding, and it's California, so don't be shocked. They arrest all the wrong people for all the wrong things, but he had poker games at his house. And apparently that's illegal, so that they went and arrested him. Well, that's what Chauncey Billups is involved in. Now, apparently the games he was involved with the poker machines and the games being played, they were set up for all these people to lose anyway. So that's where the illegalness comes in.
Yeah. You take their money. Yeah.
Take them, and they have no chance of winning.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, how did Vegas keep the lights on? Yes,
Well,
they throw $1 million bone to one person once every 6 months.
That's how they get away with it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like when me and you step on the field. Nobody else has a chance of winning.
Correct.
That's just it. So it's kind of that's why we don't do it anymore.
That's
It would be
why.
illegal. It would be illegal.
We were threatened to be arrested, so we retired.
That's it. We had to retire because they said, "Here they come again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the mafia. They're saying the mafia's involved in this.
Yeah, I heard that. Here.
I need to do more reading, and we'll probably need to take a few minutes again next week.
Yeah.
Once I'm able to read and dig in.
Because this is cool because Cash Patel breaks this down. 34 people get arrested over 11 states. Mm-hmm. And there's 3 NBA people connected. There's a former player. Then you have Chauncey Billups and you have this
Rozier.
player. Yeah. And Chauncey was in the poker. The player was given also privileged information
Yes.
about LeBron. So that's where the betting came in place. Is you had inside information. Now Martha Stewart went to jail for inside trading. Mm-hmm. It's the same kind of thing. It's knowledge that
Nancy Pelosi's worth $400 million because of
and you
insider
think she's
trading.
going in jail?
No.
I mean they got her face right. I mean look at her face. I mean that's prison in itself right there. So, but it's like that. That's what irritates me about this country. Is everything now is all political. It's all money run. It's all betting. Now Randall made a point or had brought this up in the chat earlier. And Randall, if you're watching, correct me if I'm wrong. But how many sports do we think
Are on the take?
Yeah.
All of them.
So I'd say I'd have to say you're right. We know the NFL. I think there's a certain level.
And
When you get certain level of money, then you have everybody getting involved. The mafia.
when I say on the take, I don't mean that you have an entire team out there laying down so that
No, there's individuals. We've
Yeah.
seen that on the replacements.
did we?
Yeah.
Shane
guy-
Falco?
No, Falco covered for the kicker who the guys was in the stand. Remember doing this? Yeah.
Didn't let him kick the field goal and miss it?
Yeah. Missed it because he had done the same thing. So
Yeah, but he was not betting on games.
he did loan shark. But
Long
he
shot,
had
he
to-
had been
he had-
gambling on cards or something.
They bet on the game, and he had to.
he had to follow
miss-
through,
yeah.
yes.
How many times is that with field goal kickers? Do you think are approached by saying you're going to have to?
Well, here's what I'll say. If you ever see Dallas's kicker miss a 40-yarder, people going to say he's bought.
Yeah.
Because that dude is did you see, he kicked the 63-yarder this past weekend. Like it was just.
It's a now. Why? How has? All right. I know the helmets have changed.
Well, I think the balls have changed too.
How? How have they changed the balls to where these kickers are able to go 15, 20, and 30 yards more than they ever have in the history of the game?
Well, you got. I know
What are they doing?
some guy the other day, McManus or one of the older kickers. Well, I saw somebody that's been kicking for 20 years, said a career long. You're 40 years old now and you're getting stronger. No, it has to have something. Now, that said, especially the younger guys, I think these guys are starting to train for kicking, and like the Heritage kid. Mm-hmm. He's going to Texas. He's probably going to kick in the NFL.
How do you train to kick? I mean, do you?
Well,
I know
think-
you got to do a lot of the
it's
field
just-
goals, but it's got to be a leg, some
I
kind
mean,
of leg.
well, let's
Can you put your leg up over your head and they rubber band it around to give you that limber?
maybe.
Maybe he does the splits. Maybe ballerina. Lynn Swan did ballerina.
Lynn Swan, Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
But like baseball, even as late as my prime in baseball, into the early 90s, You had a handful of guys that threw 96, 97.
Now you got a lot of them.
Now you got everybody that throws that
The
hard.
one in Seattle I was watching the other night throws 99 on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A starting pitcher. Remember, even the guys that threw really, really hard, they come out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
They weren't, outside of Nolan Ryan and Randy Johnson, guys didn't run it up there in 97, 98 the entire game.
Maybe they all just started shoving their fists in a 55-gallon drum of rice.
Oh, well.
Because that's what Nolan Ryan did.
That's what Alex Rodriguez did too.
Yeah.
Dig all the way to the bottom and pull out.
Yeah.
Dig all the way. Somebody kicking and pitching has
figured
something out to get a
you
little
think it
extra.
might be in the shoes as well?
I think I think the ball, the shoe probably plays a little part.
It's got to have something with the shoe.
But you know, kickers
cleats.
forever wear whatever their kicking foot is. They wear a shoe that's a couple of sizes too small because they want it to feel almost like they're not wearing a shoe.
Yeah, they want also that, but they also want that tight.
Yeah.
Boom. Air can change. Yeah. We know the air can change, but that came out. Randall was talking about the air pressure on the ball. That's kind of like what Brady went through. You know, he had.
Well, that was for the grip and cold.
What they call it, deflate
that.
gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely the air pressure can do it. I wonder if it's the rubber the ball's made out of, or maybe they're putting something in the ball.
I think it's
helium,
probably what they're using to make it now because.
We need to do a research on that and just see why kickers are kicking more now.
I really feel like the ball itself has more to do with it than anything because guys have had really, really strong legs for a long time. Ray Guy, probably the greatest punter of all time. That dude, I mean, there's pictures of him. His knee is in his face mask.
Yeah, who was it? Him and Reggie Roby. You remember Reggie Roby?
He just take one step and
it'd come out of the stadium and come down. And
Ray Guy hit the center of whatever you call that in the Superdome.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's nuts.
One of the kickers kicked it over the display in the Dallas Stadium, the new Tron right in the middle, went over the top of it. I believe it was crazy high. And so you think, I thought McAfee was the baddest kicker on the planet, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. But anyway, so let's go back to the NBA, this big scandal. How is it going to affect? I didn't watch NBA anyway.
Well, I mean, it's entirely too early to tell right now. It depends
I think it's gonna be
on how
deeper.
this thing spider webs.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of people, probably a few surprises get caught up in this spider web.
Yeah.
LeBron maybe being one of them.
Oh, I would love that. Wouldn't you love that?
No, I wouldn't because
That's your boy.
Well, it's not that he's my boy because politically he's a moron.
Yeah.
But the dude's never been in trouble for anything. You can say what you want to
He's a saint.
about him. You don't have to like him. But he married his high school sweetheart. There's been no, outside of Diddy, and there's been no real proof of that. Do I think he was there? I don't know. But other than that one blip, and we're never going to, just like Epstein, we're never going to really know.
Right.
But LeBron hadn't screwed around on his wife, or we would know.
Yeah.
Somebody would rat that dude out because of his name. Tiger Woods, it came out.
Oh, yeah, Tiger Woods.
Michael Jordan, he came. And this is pre-2025 when everybody's got a phone, everybody's looking for a quick buck.
Yeah.
I would hate to find, and honestly, I don't think LeBron's a billionaire. He doesn't need to get, now, some of these people like Winona Ryder, she was shoplifting and she's a multi-millionaire. Sometimes these people get bored and they think, I'm not going to get caught. I'm too big to get caught. Tiger Woods come out and said, I thought I was above the rules. But I do think.
Did he really say that?
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
In his interview after he got caught, he said, I didn't think rules really applied to me. I got so big that whatever. But
Man.
I do think there's going to be some surprises caught in this web that's going to be breaking apart the next week or two.
Pete Rose paid dearly for his.
He did.
And these guys ought to do the same.
Oh,
because Pete Rose should have been in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think there's any chance that these guys survive that if they've got
But he's already arrested. Rose didn't get arrested, did he? He just got kicked out
No,
of
he
baseball.
got kicked out of the league.
Yeah, he didn't get arrested.
Well, they never really
These
had
guys-
any real proof. They had hearsay. This guy said he went and placed bets for Rose as a manager.
Yeah,
They never had any proof that he betted as a player.
yeah.
And he bet he didn't bet against his team.
Right, and I think you should have put Rose in with an asterisk. But,
honestly-
hold on, let's don't even go down. He don't need an asterisk. As a player, he deserved to be in there.
Absolutely.
15 years before they even
And I think
ready.
I believe him when he said that him and Giamatti had a handshake agreement that after a year he would reinstate him. Only thing is, and Giamatti at the time was early 50s.
Yeah.
Dude falls over dead. Nobody saw that coming, including Pete Rose, or he'd have got some sort of guarantee.
Yeah. But, there's a lot of people didn't like Pete Rose.
Well,
And a lot of your baseball purists did not. The writers.
Pete Rose was an extremely arrogant human being.
Well, let me ask you something. While we're talking about this, do you honestly think that sports writers, somebody that's never played
No,
the game,
I know what the question is, and the answer is no. They should never be able to vote on somebody getting in the Hall of Fame.
okay,
It should all be player.
that's when you know we've been together a long time. When you knew what was coming.
Yeah. It should all be player driven. We're at a point now, we're 100 years into all these sports.
Yeah.
You've got enough living Hall of Fame members, and they don't even have to be in the Hall of Fame. You can have the groups of each generation. Randy Moss. Do you think anybody would say no? Randy Moss wasn't a Hall of Famer. Jerry Rice? No. I think players should vote these guys.
Randall says NBA is rigged and Rose never rigged a game. Agreed. And then he said
The only argument I heard, and this isn't him rigging a game, but the argument I heard about him betting on a team, well, he may throw a guy tonight to make sure he gets that win, that if he wasn't betting on the game, he wouldn't use him.
Right.
Okay, maybe. Now you're really looking for a reason.
Yeah.
If it's easy if he bets against the Reds.
You look at too. He also said Jordan had been whispered for years that he left for gambling.
Oh yeah, I heard
Jordan's a
that.
big gambler.
When I heard that his father was killed because of his gambling.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, well he was murdered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard his gambling had something to do with that.
Wow.
I'd say
That would explain why he's an alcoholic.
yes.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, that you think that your habit had your father killed and you're living with that.
Yeah, how do you live with that?
Wow.
Self-medicate.
Yeah, that would be tough. But hey, here's the problem. When you make a certain amount of money, you have people you've never known get involved, and then they try to blackmail you to get it.
Well, here's the thing.
And then you have all drugs, all the scandal going on, and it's eventually a house of cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you better know who you're betting with.
Yeah.
Because obviously he didn't think he had to pony up the money he bet.
Right.
He bet with the wrong person.
That's it. Think about it. That is scary. So we'll come back to that next week, and we'll see how much digging. But when here's what's funny. That was Fox News was their main story around 2:00 today, 1:00. It was on Fox News headline. Boom. ESPN front story right after that. Now it's dropped down, and they started putting stories up above on ESPN's page. And if you go to the homepage on ESPN, 1, 2, 3, the fourth story down is the arrest and the scandal. They're right now they're talking about watch live NBA tip off on ESPN. That's what they're leading with right now. Billups, Rozier arrested in gambling investigations. Let's read. Let's read their headline. It is still there. Chauncey Billups Terry Rozier arrested in gambling inquiries. Portland Trailblazer coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones has been arrested as part of a pair of wide-ranging investigation related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the Mafia. Billups and Rozier have been placed on leave from their teams, the NBA said in a statement. A total of 34 people were arrested as a result of years-long investigation covering 11 states and involving tens of millions of dollars. Where does that tens of millions of dollars go? Back in the government? Is it burnt? Is it
it's not
flushed? Is it stored? Is it go back in to pay our national debt? Where does it go?
I would hope it would go back in. Anything that has been
confiscated
goes back into the debt, and just like it's essentially a Doge fine.
Yeah,
all that money needs to be circulated back into the government or into the people, and they're not going to burn it. We know that it shouldn't go to the government employees. It should go to help with the debt. Yeah.
So now we'll continue that story next week, because that is a big story, and I'm like you. I think the spider web is going to be really big, and I think it's going to cross into other sports as well.
Oh, I think you're right.
I think it's in MMA. I think it's in football. I think it's in every sport, to tell you the truth. And I believe, I would almost bet you it's some in college. Mm-hmm. Because college players go in debt really fast, and then now they got to get out of it. That's how they do it. Mm-hmm. I think anything where there's money involved, it's there.
I remember it was in '89, the Arizona State scandal. And all he was doing was shaving points.
Yeah.
They were still winning. He was still doing his thing, but he missed 2 or 3 shots that he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. That's kind of where it used to be, point shaving, where we don't kick a field goal. When we got it easy, we try to run it. Because
most players are competitive. They don't want to lose.
Yeah.
They have to. That kid, once he got sucked in, and the mob was involved in that. I saw the 30 for 30, whatever ESPN. The mob got involved. Yeah. Well, once the mob's involved, it doesn't matter if you want to. If you go into it thinking, I can shave some points.
No.
When they say you're going to lose, you're going to lose. You're either going to lose the game or you're going to lose your life.
Yeah, or somebody's coming up there. Interesting story. You remember, I don't know if I said this on the air or not, but I know I told my wife this, the Charlie Kirk thing that happened. And I told you that Candace Owens was really hitting hard, and I made the statement, if she gets on the right track, she'll be gone. Mm-hmm. She's missing.
I know.
Yeah. So she's went rogue. Whether she's turned everything off and went silent.
That's what I wonder. If somebody got close.
They got her. They
or
got
did
her.
She get got? Yeah.
I don't think she's got yet. I think what it is they said last chance.
Well,
shut it down or you die.
She posted some stuff, and look, I don't buy into everything she says, but I've respected her, and I thought she was a very intelligent lady.
Oh yeah.
I've said it more than once. I'd vote for her for president. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she got into the weeds that the murky water, let's say, that Charlie was in, and good for her for wanting to find out the truth of her for her friend. But now it's put her and her family at risk.
Well, now what it does, it lets you understand one of 3 things. Okay? It is either Israel, Turning Point, or, well, I guess the people involved in Turning Point would be Turning Point. But she blamed Erica, she blamed Turning Point, and she blamed Israel. Those 3. And then I think nothing was happening.
Now, I never heard her say anything about Erica.
Yeah, she said at one time she thought Erica the way she handled some things was questionable. And here's the thing: if Israel says I'm gonna give you $125 million, and you turn it down and say no, I'm not taking it, and your people at your organization says we can make that happen, you know. The other thing she uncovered, this was very interesting. The pastor that spoke at his thing, that he said that he was his pastor. His son is the CEO or something to do with Turning Point. Okay. They both have investments in LLCs that are bought and paid for by Israel.
Yeah.
That came out.
I do think
That's the last thing I really heard of a scandal-wise from her. And then I was like, you know what? I can't just go down a rabbit hole of conspiracies all the time. It gets to the point where you go, it may be a little far-fetched for me to think that.
Well,
Maybe true, but I just like,
I get
I'm
it.
done. And then 2 weeks later, I see where she's missing. So people are concerned about her.
We, as Christians, like to believe certain things about certain people. Mm-hmm. And I try not to be judgmental. I really do. Now, if I see things that are obvious, I don't mind calling it. It's not me being judgmental. It's what I see.
Right.
Does that mean they can't repent? They can't do what it... But I understand, since we were little, Israel is essentially the promised land. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that everything about them is holy.
Exactly. Yeah, they're just like America's.
Absolutely,
there's crazy people over
I
there
think
too.
I think that's one of the bigger disconnects between Republicans and Democrats. Mm-hmm. We understand that Israel is what it is.
Yeah.
And the Democrats, because they're shady, they're like, they're shady as we are.
Yeah.
You're right. There is some. Mm-hmm. It doesn't change the fact that we believe in Scripture.
Right.
The majority of Democrats, either one, see the Bible distortedly or don't believe in it.
Yeah.
So their eyes are probably a little more wide open to Israel than ours.
Yeah. Because you're right. A lot of people would turn a blind eye and go, well, that's Israel. Whereas other people go, whoa, hey, it's blatantly, you know. And to think that everybody in the nation of Israel is saints is not true.
That's not true. And I think everyone collectively can agree with that. But you like to think the people in control are. But we know the people in control here are corrupt. Mm-hmm. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on.
Nope. I think they're all corrupt. And I was going to mention a little bit about that. And the big blow up that everybody's having over this ballroom. I thought
they need to shut their face on that.
Yeah, because
if that's your biggest argument over Trump, then you're an idiot to begin with.
Yeah,
and I speak to all of you. If you're offended by that, you need to go pee on Teddy's grave, Taft's grave. We can go down the list.
Obama put a basketball court
and paid for by tax dollars.
Yes,
this is privately funded.
Right here, I've got a list of who the fundees are.
Yeah.
Now, let's say, all right, we know blue businesses.
Well, not only that, let me say this one last thing before you get into this. The left's letting on like it's the big part of the White House.
Yeah.
It's the East Wing that's already been redone like 3 different times.
Yeah, that's where people, they just go, oh, he's changing the White
Tearing the White House. No, he's not.
Yeah, it's funny. So here are donors to President Trump's addition, and it ain't like a dancing ballroom. It is a cathedral for events. Okay?
Which apparently they've said for a while they need something like this.
Yes, they don't have it now.
But I do think this. I think Trump.
He's loving it.
Loves.
Yes.
He just loves it.
He does. He does. Now, would you believe Amazon is one of the donors?
Sure would. Look, they're free enterprise.
They're liberal.
Well,
Apple.
They are liberal. Oh, I guarantee the majority of the list is liberal. Problem is, they're capitalist at heart.
Yeah. Now, Caterpillar is a Christian-run organization. I didn't know if you knew that, but
did not.
Comcast, liberal.
Yep.
Google, liberal, leftist, extremist.
Yes.
They are putting in on it. HP, Lockheed Martin, Micron Technology, Microsoft, way on the left, right? Let's see, T-Mobile, Union Pacific Railroad,
Union Pacific's always been good about not letting you know where they're at.
Yeah, they're
Smart enough to know I need both sides.
Yeah. One thing I don't see: the richest man in the world.
Elon. Mm-hmm. Well,
he's not. He doesn't have nothing in here.
I don't know that I believe
I find that shocking.
They had a falling out as much as I think they. I don't know that they. That's what cracked me up about the left losing their mind over Elon. You know, Elon's been pretty left, or he's been a Democrat since he's been here. But just like Fetterman, you can be a Democrat and still have some sense. I am a little surprised. Of course, he might have money in one of those that's invested, and we not even know that he owns it.
Well, here's the. Let me get this to you, because here I'll let you look over.
I mean, because outside of Tesla,
yeah,
I wouldn't know what else he owns.
True, and it could be
SpaceX, Tesla and SpaceX. That's all I know.
Yeah, and he has the satellite link. But I thought that was interesting. I seen that list of donors, and I thought, where is Elon? Where is Tesla? Where is none of that's going on, and he's not donating to the cause. And so we talk about the World Series coming up, Blue Jays and Dodgers. So we turned that quick from politics, because I'm just going down my checkoff list. We've talked about the NBA playoffs. Now, who's going to win? So I can go ahead and write it down now. Who? Dodgers, Blue Jays. Who's winning the World Series? And I'm going to put it down right now.
Here's my thought. If the Dodgers pick up where they left off, nobody's beating them, because their pitching was so dominant. Now, because it wasn't like, they were hanging 10 and 12 on Milwaukee. Their pitching just shut Milwaukee's bats down.
Yeah.
The rest doesn't hurt the pitching as much as it hurts the hitting. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure the pitchers have been, doing their dailies and throwing and all that.
Right.
So, gun to my head, I think it's the Dodgers. But I'm always scared to pick a team that gets more than a week off before the World Series starts.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And
so that's what I figured you was going with. I wrote you down here for the Dodgers. That's who I think it is too. But and to answer the question on the split jerseys, it would either be Dodge Jays, which is a good ring.
Not bad.
Or Blue Jays.
I like Blue Jays too.
Yeah, Blue Jays or Dodge Jays. And then we got some other things to talk about, but I really kind of want to jump down a little bit to the story down on segment 7 about. Did you hear back in the NFL? Let's jump back to the NFL for just a minute. Sean Payton making the comments he would rather face Russell Wilson than Jackson Dart.
Well, I think if most head coaches were to speak so freely, they'd all say that.
They all would. And he come back and said, I didn't mean no disrespect. You exactly meant
sure
disrespect.
He did. He 100%.
He was your ex-quarterback, and you got rid of him. You exactly meant that.
He meant what he said.
He did. And now he's trying to come back and say, I didn't mean to offend him. That's exactly what you meant to do. Yeah. To offend him, rattle his cage, make him mad.
In case he has to come in the game.
Yeah.
Because as we've seen, Jackson Dart tends to get hurt in the middle of a game.
Yeah.
And he has to come out. Russell Wilson did not play well the last time Jackson Dart got hurt. In fact, they may have ran him back out there without a concussion.
Yeah.
Because he went in the tent, he was woozy, and then all of a sudden, after halftime, he's ready to go.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting. I don't believe nothing comes out of Sean Payton's mouth.
I don't believe anything comes out of any of them's mouth.
Yeah.
Unless it's cold, hard facts.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I believe that one.
I believe what he said.
I do too. I believe.
When you try to backtrack, you don't mean it.
No, and I think when you come in and you say, hey, look.
We can run back to politics for just a second, because everybody said Charlie Kirk's this, and this. Oh, but I didn't mean for harm to come to him.
Yeah, you did.
I just meant he was racist and xenophobic and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You're
racist, fascist, misogynistic. He was homophobe.
Yes, all the stuff.
Yeah, all that.
But I didn't mean go kill him.
Yeah.
Sure you did.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When you have these weirdos, and this is the best way I can say it. Now, before I get into this, understand you have freedom of speech.
100%.
You also have freedom to get.
I think people don't understand. They don't understand what freedom of speech means.
Yeah.
It means the government can't come beat on mine or your door tonight when we get home and throw us into jail for what we said here tonight.
But your neighbor can come over and bust you right in the nose.
Somebody might watch this and say, I don't believe anything those guys are saying. I'm not ever watching them again.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
That's exactly what
it means. I can say what I want to without, and you can say what you want to
without going to jail.
Without going to jail. But
what we see.
There's even a limit on that. When you say, hey, these fools this weekend are saying you need to go kill the right, that's an arrestable offense.
Yeah, you can't come out. There's certain things you can't say that or get you in trouble, even though it's freedom of speech.
It is.
He's not trying to shut them up.
That's not freedom from consequences.
Exactly. That's where I wanted to go with it. You're not free to break the law.
What? It was back in the 70s when this really became a big deal, and they made it's the theater rule, or I forget, where you can't walk into a theater and yell fire, and there not be a fire and not get in trouble.
Right.
That happened when we were little kids, and that's always been in my head. Don't say anything that you feel like
there's repercussions coming.
Could get you in serious trouble. I run my mouth a lot.
What?
But
sorry, what did you say?
I run my mouth a lot. But I believe what I say.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I cross the line. I don't
you see it as that's how you feel.
That's how I feel.
And that's not a personal attack on anybody. It's just how you feel.
Yeah, if I was to come on here now, I've been pretty hard on Georgia fans at times. I got dog cussed that one year. I'm sure you remember.
Yeah, you had major. Yeah, that's the first year we did the show.
Yeah.
They come after you
hard, and Florida ended up winning. And
because I think you got to do the victory dance at Phil's Primetime Pizza, wasn't it?
Actually, the first year we did it, they lost the close game.
Yeah, and that's when
I got crucified.
And then the next year we did the victory lap at Phil's Primetime Pizza, stuff in our face with some of the best pizza in the world.
Great. It breaks my heart that it's great.
I do too, because I'm going to have to get, when I come off the keto, then I'm going to have to hook us up with either Moe's again or somewhere. We'll do something.
Moe's is pretty good.
Moe's ain't bad. It's not what it was, but it's still. The only thing about Moe's is same building, same spot. We don't have no room. We'd still be tied up there by the garbage cans.
Yeah, we'll find us a spot.
But we set history there. We made history there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Had one of the gazillion Gordon Lee softball state championship teams.
Yeah.
Do a live
shout out. They did a podcast with us live, and so wherever they're having spirit night with the schools, that's where we need to be.
Yeah,
and we'll get that part. So on the political side, you got to understand when I was saying these people have freedom of speech, but you've got these goofballs that went to a No Kings March, and I think this is so funny. This shows you how dumb they are.
I applaud them. Way to go. We don't have kings.
Yeah, we don't have kings, and way to go to voice your opinion while dressed as an air-inflated shark. What does that have? What does a air-inflated shark have to do with No King's Day?
It shows that they're nuts.
Yes, and I'm going to walk around in a costume and going, no kings, no kings. And I love the guy, Stephen Jeffries on CNN, when he let them talk all the stuff they wanted to say, and he said, yeah, it's a freedom of speech. It's not a monarchy. And he kind of give them the grin like, if it was a king, you wouldn't be out here. Yeah, you wouldn't be protesting. You'd have done been put in jail.
Worse.
Or worse. And it's like, do they not know what they're even doing? Here's the sad thing. Words came out that Soros has professional protesters on his payroll. Okay. Mm-hmm. But what I remember, one of the interviews I seen, this person is holding up a sign marching, and the guy says, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I'm marching at this." And he goes, "Well, what do you mean?" And he said, "What are you doing here?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm protesting it." Didn't even know what a sign said that he's holding up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, I've seen this.
Who are these people?
There's a guy, an influencer, a right-wing influencer, goes to a lot of these marches, and he'll film the crowd, and he'll go back in and pick out people they're usually on the front line. They're the ones getting paid.
Yeah.
And he'll point out this
They're
one's
in all
been in
of them.
60 different.
Yeah, they travel. Well, the one at the Charlie Kirk thing, the old man with his pants fell down, he was at several protests. So that's what he is. He's a paid.
We may need to get into that.
I could do
if it's lucrative enough.
80,000.
And travel expenses paid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could be down with that.
What are you going to protest?
I don't know. I don't need to know. Because as soon as
You fit right in.
as soon as they pay me in the corner, I'll be like, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah, I would. I mean, here's the thing: how do they know you're doing your job?
Well,
That's why they say you got to be on the front row because they're going to watch
because
the news.
they know that you're going to be on camera.
Yeah, so if you hold up,
Yeah, if you're in the back, it's kind of like
yeah, that's it.
you ain't gonna be counting that money much longer.
He ain't gonna be counting money.
You got to be out there loud.
Loud and proud. Which brings up one of the topics I wanted to talk about tonight. Now, I wish Randall was here, and I know if Randall's listening,
The
I believe he
NFL Hall
is.
of Fame.
That's one of them. But here's the one that I know Randall wants to hear because he didn't know this was coming.
Joey Swagular.
No,
No.
John Cena. The WWE is not even entertaining the thought and is not interested in Edge being the final match with John Cena. I ain't either. I don't care. I don't like it. It ain't a drawer. You know who his last match ought to be with? Who his first one was with?
Which was who?
The Olympian,
Oh, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. He came out at Kurt Angle as very first time in the ring. That's where he should finish.
Is Kurt Angle back with WWE?
Well, they need to bring him in because that would be a complete. You're my first match
Oh yeah,
and my last.
it would
match.
be the Alpha and Omega for sure.
Yeah, and he needs to come out like
But-
the gimmick with the bucket hat and chain and yeah.
But if Kurt Angle's under contract
You can't.
elsewhere,
Yeah.
that can't happen.
No, but I think
There's not many people on, and I don't watch wrestling anymore.
I don't either.
But I can't think of one in this. Maybe Roman Reigns, because they had some. That might be a decent. But
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is always up and down. You don't know if he's actually able to wrestle. There's only a few guys that really deserve the right to wrestle.
I don't know who would be. I mean, you got Jericho.
I'd be okay with Jericho.
Jericho's been around. Who
And
else
he's been
around?
there. He's been.
That's still active. Who?
That would be a good draw too.
Yeah. Because you think about Flair's out, Undertaker's out,
Undertaker's out.
Lesnar maybe. You might do something because him and Cena always had
Yeah.
a lot of beef.
They did.
I don't.
Hey,
think
you could
Edge
bring
ever
Triple
had-
H
Yeah, you could do that. But I just I
and
don't
have
know.
Shawn
The Edge-
Michaels be the ref, and
Yeah.
we know the script that it would follow.
Yeah. We would, and that, but the thing, I don't get joy out of watching people way past their prime to get out there and try to hurt themselves or something for entertainment's sake.
No. Well, that-
Because it's just not going to be a good match or a good show. But
Ric Flair lasted longer than anybody
should.
should have. Yes.
He was way past, but he's bankrupt or he's broke as a joke.
Well,
So he had to get every dime he could.
But he was still up until the last 3 or 4 years. That dude was still pretty good in the ring.
The thing about Flair, this was funny. I seen a video the other day and talking about Flair, and I thought it was one of the funniest things I've seen of how good he really was. It was a behind the scenes video of the promos that he would cut, and he's got a regular plain backdrop, and he's in his North Carolina blue V-neck T-shirt from late '80s. That's what the shirt looked like. He's in his 60s. When he come,
Okay, so this is
when he come back
around
to,
2010.
I would say so, yes, somewhere because he kind of looked like he did when he was managing his daughter. Okay, so he was still old. You remember the Woo battle with Jay Lethal? Okay, right past that area, right in that area on the back side of that area with the Woo battle, which is funny if you get a chance to go watch.
It's funny
him
once.
and Jay Lethal. Yeah,
It gets old real fast for me.
yeah. But it's funny of them how good Jay Lethal really is at mocking Flair. But I seen this and they would say, okay, Your next one is 20 seconds, and it's going in the New York market and the Danbury, Connecticut market, and go. And he would go, that's right, Daddy, that ain't your boys coming to you. Popped it off like that, 20 seconds, stopped, and he kind of held his pose. They said, okay, all right, the next one's going to be in this market with this, and you're facing it. That's right, baby, I tell you, that ain't your boy. And he'd do that little 20, and he'd be on the next one. And they just done nothing but him doing these promos. And he hit them just like that. And then sometimes he'd say, no, now wait a minute, who am I facing? Who's going on? And he'd whisper back and forth, okay. And then he'd go do the promo, and I was like, you don't think about those things that you had to get on the moment of a cuff like that.
The majority of
Part
folks,
of that's how they figure out who's good on the mic and who ain't. Who puts butts in the seats and who don't.
the majority of guys now think The Rock was the best on the mic.
I couldn't.
Ric Flair is the best on the mic.
Yeah.
Period.
Ric Flair transcended. Well, everybody knows The Rock. Now, he's the most wealthiest wrestler actor, period. John Cena's second. But Rock was great on the mic, funny on the mic, comical on the mic. Flair never was really funny, but Flair was just good. And I seen a video where the Colts were in the locker room and they were having their team breakdown. And they were doing the jet flying, limousine riding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says, I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down, you know. And it's like everybody knew Ric Flair's promos. And that's all you had to do is, woo, and everybody knew who he's talking.
Everybody knows. Yeah.
And with The Rock, it's, do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Yeah. But you have to, it's a long sentence.
Mm-hmm.
You go, woo, everybody knows.
Knows. Yeah, everybody. Nobody can woo without them knowing you stole that from Flair.
Yeah.
So he done that.
Now, I've heard, and you know, I remember years ago, you and I had our little thing when we're doing the wrestling show. I had to argue why Bret Hart was the best, and you had to argue why Flair or Shawn Michaels was.
Yeah, was he?
I see more and more guys now coming out saying what I said. Bret Michaels, Poison.
Yeah.
Bret Hart was as good as he.
Every rose
That's
has
right.
its thorn.
Bret Hart was as good on the mic as he needed to be.
He was, yeah.
He was better than everybody else everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was the like he said, the best it's ever been.
The excellent of execution. You can rattle them off.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels is great in the ring, and I will never take that away from him. Bret Hart's the best in-ring wrestler ever, and I think it's as much because of his love for it.
Yeah.
And I saw The Undertaker, you know, he's got that 6 Feet Under podcast now. And he was talking about, he said the first time he ever go against Bret Hart, he was scared to death.
Yeah.
Because he knew, I got to bring it. I don't know that I've got what it takes.
Right.
He said, but, you know, we've done our rehearsal, whatever. He said, working with that guy made me better.
Yeah. See, the thing is, and when you're around it a lot, you look at it and you understand that. I was telling the guy at work, he was kind of asking about it, and I was like, kind of letting him know the things I went through when I trained, and it was one of the things they told us was, you pick 5 to 6 wrestlers that you like. Take one from each one of those.
One move.
Yeah, and you blend that together, and then you get a persona of each one, and that's your character. Okay, and that's where you start. Okay?
Sure,
it gives you something to start with. And I used to do Hitman's Sharpshooter, and I got put in that to understand what I'm putting the other person through, right?
Yeah.
And you realize real quick, it's the same as the Scorpion Deathlock. It's the exact same move. But how much it pulls your abdominal.
Yeah,
And every move that I had to go through, the Ric Flair flipping over the turnbuckle, I probably practiced that one about 200 times before I got it right. And then once I did, every single time I'd get it right.
Sure.
It's a timing move. But so that was one of them. Buddy Landell's corkscrew elbow. Loved it, right? But if you're off a half a step, you land on top of your opponent instead of your elbow hitting him, right?
Right.
That's happened in the ring multiple times with me. So I had to kind of either work on that or quit using it because I was hurting people. And then one of them did the cross body block. I don't forget who used to do that one. But I could actually, one of my opponents was 6'4", and I caught him with my belt buckle right there in the mouth. So that's how high I could get back in the day when so you work on these things. Well, what Bret Hart was is he worked on his motion, the hand-eye motion, you work with the left side of the body. I was letting him know that if we're in the ring and you grab my right arm, my response is to job you as hard as I can because you don't know what you're doing and you're going to get us hurt. All right, so that kind of told the other one when you did everything right, you knew exactly what you're talking about. But there's also, you have to do it within a time limit. You have to do it to where you protect your opponent to where when you get done, they're not hurt, you're not hurt, and it was just basically a good cardio exercise.
Yeah.
And so I've been in several of those matches where when I got trained out, and I was very cocky and arrogant in those days, and I got trained out and I thought, I'm going to go down, I'm going to call my trainer up and say, hey, let's just go work a silent match. And I'm going to see what you got. I had thought I had arrived, okay? And I was probably 8 to 9 inches taller than my trainer. And probably he outweighed me by maybe 5 pounds. So he's probably 5'5", 5'6". I'm 6'1". I was 200 pounds. He might have been 205, 210, something like that. So I go down there thinking, I'm gonna blitz him, right? I'm just gonna just hammer him. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't. and even though I was bigger than him, probably stronger than him, he was just so good because he's done it so long that he could see the way I was coming at him. He already knew in his mind what I'm about to do, and he already had the reversal going, and I couldn't get nothing on him. Everything I would go. That's what Bret Hart was. You couldn't get Bret Hart in a position to hurt him because he was too good for that. So
and he made everybody look good.
Yeah, and when you have that ability, you're the best executioner. Ric Flair, he was more show. Hogan couldn't do. Hogan and
The Rock are two of the worst in the in-ring performers.
Yes, they're so flamboyant, over the top. You know it. Like when The Rock did his bump with the stunner, and he kind of flipped up and his legs went up on the. Everybody knew that was fake.
Sure,
it was just about the show.
It's about the show.
Yeah, just about the show. But
now that said, Ultimate Warrior and Big Van Vader were two that most guys didn't want to deal with.
No,
because they didn't. They were stiff, and they didn't try to help the other guy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it cost them at times because they really got lit up.
I remember when I was...
Now, Vader was a bad man. He was a bad dude.
He is. And I remember
when
I was...
So punching him in the face could come back to haunt you.
We were wrestling, I want to say... I forget who it was. Abdullah was supposed to be there. And I was afraid, that I was going to have to be put up against Abdullah. Abdullah didn't show, which kind of, because here's what Abdullah carries a fork with him, okay? And basically, if they match you with Abdullah, you're going to bleed. That's just part of his deal. Whoever wrestles him, they're going to bleed. And if you say, no, I'm not, that's why he carries the fork. You're going to bleed.
You're going to bleed.
He's going to get you in the headlock where you can't get away, and he's going to wear your head out. And he's going to make you bleed. And you're going to make him look good doing it, or they just wear you out. Now, that's the side of wrestling that nobody tells you about or nobody knows, and it's why a lot of people get hurt. But I thought that was interesting. That I read that article, and they's like, Edge, they're not even thinking Edge. Well, why would they?
Yeah.
Edge was...
why would they bring it up?
Yeah.
Who was the idiot that actually said that?
Yeah, it's because you have, let's say the very top, you have Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, and Cena. Not necessarily in that order, but they're there, okay? And Flair, okay? And you look at, these are the guys. Edge isn't even in the conversation.
Oh no, because then you got to go
mid-tier after that.
Well, not mid-tier, because Shawn Michaels is not mid-tier.
No, Shawn Michaels is he's top 10 by far. Nash,
Scott Hall.
I could see they would be pretty close. I'm trying to think who would go before Nash and Hall.
Kurt Angle.
Angle definitely was. I think Jericho had not. Jericho, Hall, Nash, Angle, and you could put rated R superstar, probably in that group. Maybe a little bot right
Oh
underneath.
no, he's below those guys.
Yeah, and so
He
Sting,
would, he would be more third tier with like Batista and
Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
and
that.
those guys.
Yeah, I never seen he was a heavyweight champ just because of everybody else is kind of moving on. You know what I'm saying?
And he
once
wasn't
there.
bad in the ring. He wasn't bad on the mic, but the fans never truly hated him or truly loved him.
He wasn't. He didn't have that persona. He didn't have that it factor.
He did not.
No, and I think if you had a list of guys that had that it factor, those are the
Well, and I think that's what's his name? Styles. What's this?
AJ.
That's his problem.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's good in the ring.
Great in the ring, great on the mic. He just don't have the it.
He has no it. And has never.
No, and it's not, and it's kind of like it's a
He's
shame.
been pushed because he's so good in the ring.
It's either
He used to not be good on the mic.
It's either his height or his size or his mic skill. One or is his gimmick. Nobody cares about if he could work on something a little different. Maybe as a heel, he might go over really good as a heel.
But he's been both. He's been on both sides.
Yeah, but he's got to be like the heel, like who was the heel? The one that did the two things, painted his face up in a demon. Who was that guy? You remember that? When he was heel, he was the demon guy, but when he was a baby, same dude. He just wouldn't wear the makeup, and he would come out. He's about the size of AJ Styles, short hair. He'd come out. He was great in the ring, young kind of guy. So he'd come out with no makeup on, but when he was heel, he would have the Venom guy. But I can't. Randall probably knows who he is. I don't know who he is. But
I know Bray Wyatt had
he was in WWE.
it.
Yes, Bray Wyatt was. You notice how Bray Wyatt had, because when he was Husky Harris, he didn't have it.
No.
But the Bray Wyatt character went, and it was because it's different from everybody else.
Yeah.
And everybody caught on when all the lights went out in the glow flies,
Sure.
or what they call them. Those were all lit up. That's when you had the whole audience. AJ's never had the whole audience.
He is not.
No, and I think that's why. But now, Randall, now we're going to move to the 52-man Football Hall of Fame people. Now, let me give you, there's a list.
I've got it.
You got it? Okay. All right, so let's start with, that's my quarterback. Let's go with quarterback.
Well, he's not on here.
No, he's not. I was thinking Drew Brees, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers. Now, does that mean only three, or does that mean only one of them can go, or all three of them can
No,
go?
I think it's three quarterbacks that are eligible this year.
Can you pick all three?
You could.
Okay, well then let me get the highlighter because I don't want to do this. All right, so we have. Let's go with the top. Would you put in? I don't think Phillip Rivers goes this year, just because. If I had to pick Drew Brees, Eli, or Rivers, who am I picking?
Drew Brees.
All right, so let's say we're going to go with Brees. Now, we got to get 20, okay?
Okay.
All right, running backs. Warwick Dunn, Eddie George, Frank Gore, Marshawn Lynch, LaShawn McCoy, Lorenzo Neal, Fred Taylor, Ricky Waters. I'm going to Eddie George, I'm guessing. Would you say, or would you say Warwick Dunn?
If I'm going two of these,
Marshawn Lynch was good. I just don't think he's an Hall of Famer yet.
I'm going Eddie George and Fred Taylor.
All right, I'm going definitely Eddie George. We agree with that one.
Fred Taylor's got more rushing yards than anybody on this list.
Okay. Wide receivers: Anquan Bolden, Larry Fitzgerald, Troy Holt, Jimmy Smith, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne. Wow.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald,
For
Hines
sure.
Ward, Reggie Wayne, Steve Smith Sr. All those are probably
I
Hall
can
of
make an
Famers.
argument for all of them.
I could too.
We all know how I feel about Florida State, but Anquan Bolden was the truth. That dude was a stud.
He was. I think when he got hurt, that kind of hurt his career. You know, when he broke his jaw in that cheap shot.
But if we're taking two, it's got to be Larry Fitzgerald and Reggie Wayne. But like I said, I can make an argument for all of them.
All right, tight ends: Greg Olson or Jason Witten.
It's Witten over Olson.
Yeah, Olson's a commentator, and I don't think he's Hall of Fame.
He's a good player. He was a good player, but
He's
yeah.
a weird-looking guy, ain't he? Does he not look like he was running and didn't know the door was closed and just smacked it really good?
I've never paid that much attention to him.
He calls the game on.
And he does a good job.
He's got that kind of look. Like he just got.
Do that again. For the people at home.
Yeah, for the people at home.
Greg Olson was a good football player.
Yeah.
He's a good commentator, but he's not going to the Hall. I don't think he gets in the Hall of Fame.
All right. Now, offensive lineman, Willie Anderson. I don't know much about these. Do you see anybody that sticks out that you do know?
Lomas Brown for sure.
Pouncey, he'll be there, but not this year.
Yeah, I don't think. Olin Kroontz was with the Bears and was a many-year multi All-Pro.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Olin Kroontz.
Where's he at? Olin Kroontz. Okay, there he is. All right, let's just highlight him for
But
now.
Lomas Brown for sure. I think Kroontz. Eric Williams, I mean, he was part of the Cowboys run, but I don't know that he's going to get in. Willie Anderson was really good, and that's where I would stop. Mangold was good too, but
I don't know enough about the line.
Mankin was part of the Patriots barrage.
Okay. Defensive lineman, John Abram, Robert
Or
Mathis,
Abraham.
Or Abraham, whichever one you want to go with. Simon Rice, Vince Wilford,
Simeon Rice. I don't think Wilfork's ever getting in. Simeon Rice is borderline. He was really good for a good while. Robert Mathis will probably get in. I don't know if any of these guys are getting in this year.
Okay. Linebackers, London Fletcher, James Harrison, Lucky Clelsey,
That would be Luke Kuechly, and he should have got in last year.
and Terrell Suggs.
Luke Kuechly for sure. I think Suggs is a Hall of Famer. Fletcher played a long time. Harrison
Harrison will get
had
in, just not
moments.
this year.
Yeah.
He was big for the Super Bowl. Defensive backs, Rodney Harrison,
Probably not.
Asante Samuel,
Probably. He was really, really good.
Earl Thomas,
Earl Thomas was really good.
Charles Tillman,
Yeah.
Troy Vincent,
Yeah.
Darren Woodson.
Should absolutely be in.
Yeah, so we're going to go Darrell Woodson, and
Will you go Darren Woodson too?
I would go with his brother Darren, yeah. Kickers and punters are punters and kickers. Gary Anderson,
Was nice, but no.
Shane Lechler,
Yeah, maybe.
Adam Vinatieri's got to go.
He's going to get in,
Yeah,
yes.
Vinatieri's got to go. Special teams, Brian Mitchell. That was only one. All right, so there's a 25 narrowed down, and then 20 are the finalists. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I got 16.
Okay.
We
Let's,
need 4 more. So I've got Drew Brees, Eddie George, Larry Fitzgerald, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, Jason Witten, Lomas Brown.
you don't have Larry. Did you say you had Larry Fitzgerald?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to running backs. I would, if I was going to put another one of these running backs in.
Well, we got Fred Taylor. Let me highlight him.
Yeah.
That should give us 17.
All right.
So any more of them besides Eddie George and Fred Taylor? Are you going to do another quarterback? You think Eli gets in?
Eli's going to get in, but
let's just
he's a
flip over Eli
500
in.
quarterback minus his 2 Super Bowl runs.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll hold off on Eli, but Eli's getting in.
Yeah. All right, who you got on the offensive line?
Lomas Brown. Lomas Brown. Yeah, I know who that is now. He was on Get Up and the Mike and Mike in the Morning. They would have Lomas Brown on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I remember who he is now. Olin Krutz and Eric Williams. So Lomas, Olin, and Eric.
I'd probably put Willie Anderson in there.
Okay. That should give me 18. Now, defensive line, I don't see anybody that stands out.
No.
Simeon
did
Rice,
you go with
maybe.
anybody on the defensive line?
Robert Mathis.
Okay.
Simeon Rice over Vince Wilfork. I don't know. Let's come back to that. Linebackers, Luke and Terrell. Defensive back, Asante Samuel, Darren Woodson, and then Adam Vinatieri. So let's recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 2 more.
I think James Harrison, like I said, he's probably going to get in.
Yeah, we could go with him. 1 more then. Who would it be? I'm gonna put Eli.
Okay.
I mean, out of the rest, I like Eli. So there's our 20 that get in. We'll see. We'll see if we get close. We'll see who it is.
So
But
how many of these 20 get in?
that's what I want to see. That's my 20 pick. But there
No,
it
I'm
goes.
saying, was it 15?
No, it says 52 down to 25, and then it says eventually 20 finalists will be presented at the selection committee annual meeting next year in advance of Super Bowl. 15 modern era players, 3 seniors,
Yeah.
1 coach, and 1 contributor, while there is no set number of entries for any class. So what does that mean? Does that mean 50?
It means
20 finalists go. So you got 15 and 3 is 18, 19, 20. 20 people are going.
It
but-
means 15 is the most that can get in, but it doesn't have to be 15.
Yeah, so 15 instead of the 20. So now we would have to eliminate 5 because the who's it? The seniors.
Well, we're going to wait and see which of the 20 that we picked, and we know at least half of them are going to be finalists.
All right, if we knock 5 out, we're definitely going to go with Drew Brees. Definitely.
Yeah, we'd knock Eli out.
Fred Taylor.
No.
No,
I think
he's
Fred
definite. He's
Taylor
definite.
gets in before.
That's what I'm saying. He's definite. I'm underlining the definites. Drew, Fred Taylor, I think Hines Ward, Steve Smith, and Reggie Wayne are definite.
Oh, I think Larry Fitzgerald's the definite before any of them.
Well, I don't know. You think so?
Yes.
We'll see.
Larry Fitzgerald's the best receiver of this group.
I think he's probably receiver wise.
I do think Witten is going to get through.
Yeah. Lomas Brown, I'm gonna suckle him.
And Kroontz, I think, are both going to get through. Mathis, I don't know. I think Keekly and Terrell Suggs both get through. I think Darren Woodson.
I got 13. I need 2 more. I've got Drew Brees, Fred Taylor, Steve Smith, Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, Jason Witten, Lomas, Robert Mathis, Luke, Terrell, Asante, Darren Woodson, Adam Vinatieri. Do we leave off Hines Ward and go Larry Fitzgerald?
Yes.
All right, so we'll go Larry Fitzgerald and scribble out Hines Ward.
I think Darren Woodson is going to get to the finals.
Yeah, I've got Darren Woodson.
Okay. So you need 1 more.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 more. I don't think James Harrison gets in this time. Eric Williams, we could. Olin Close, let's get him.
Kroontz, yeah.
Kroontz.
I definitely think he's getting to the finals.
Willie Anderson.
No.
I don't see any other punter kickers I would put in. I don't see Brian Mitchell on special teams.
Probably Earl Thomas.
Charles Tillman? Earl Thomas, you think?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Down there in DBs. Earl Thomas was a
I
Super
see
Bowl
that.
champ, multiple All-Pro.
You think he gets in before Rodney Harrison?
Yes. He was the...
All right. So the underlines are who we picked. So this is 10:23, and we got to do our college pick'ems, and then we'll free for all it after that. Right now, Randall is he's about to catch BB. I think he was just a few points behind. So let's pull up our college pick'ems. If you're following along at home, let's see, college pick'ems. You can find the group, which is Bilo and the Boyz. All right, I'm 111,000 ranked and 117,000 and 116,000. Where do you rank nationally? My Bilo not the posse is 25 and 25. Bilo can't miss them is 30 and 20. He's probably the highest ranked one. Let's see what we got. All right. Here we go. Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Who you taking?
Hang on, let me get it pulled up here. I am 33-27. I had a good week last week.
Yeah.
I'm at 107K.
See, I missed 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, so that's why I'm 30-20. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, at Oklahoma. I'm gonna take the Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take, and I'm probably going to leave them in the one spot.
I am too. South Florida and Memphis.
I think South Florida's got it going, buddy.
Missouri, Vanderbilt. I'm going to take Vanderbilt. I'm just going to ride them. Missouri, only 14% of the nation's picking Missouri on that one. But BYU and Iowa State, I'm going to go with BYU.
Sure.
Illinois and Washington. That's a tough one. The same record. Washington is the heavy favored.
It's in Washington.
Yeah. Well, let's go with Washington on that.
I'm going to go for the upset.
Well, you're going Washington would be the upset thing because they're not ranked.
Well.
You're going with Illinois?
Yeah, I mean, if ever the majority's picking one, I'm going with the minority. That would be the upset to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would because 30% of America, and I could see that. I'm going to stick with Washington, but we'll see how that goes. Minnesota, who just come off of a great win. I'm
still going with Iowa. It's at Iowa.
90% of America's picking Iowa. I'm going with Iowa. San Diego State, Fresno State.
I'm going Fresno State.
Okay. Baylor, Cincinnati. I'm going Cincinnati.
Cincinnati for sure.
Now here's the one. Death Valley, 7:30 game. Texas A&M, number 3, comes into LSU. Does LSU knock them off? Or does Texas A&M go in and take care of business? I'm picking Texas A&M on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick A&M as well.
And then
But it is hard to win at night in Death Valley.
Yeah. North Dakota State over South Dakota State. Both of them are 7-0. When's that ever happened? The Jackrabbits.
Year.
Were they both tied?
I think so. The Jackrabbits and the Bison.
Yeah. I believe the Bison's going to squash the Jackrabbits. Vanderbilt, Missouri, 52. Okay, that saves those picks. Now I got to do my other one. And I'm going to go all upset. I think that's what I want to do. The Below, not the Posse. I'm going to go Oklahoma at home with that one. Taking Memphis. I'm going to take Vanderbilt. Very well could be Missouri. My gut, I think I'm going to go Missouri with that one. BYU. I'll go Illinois. I'm going to go Minnesota. I'm going to go San Diego State, Cincinnati, Texas A&M, and North Dakota. And we're going to go 60 on that. Save my picks. There, I'm all done. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm only ranking 29% on that. So let's look at the group and let's see who is winning overall. It looks like BB is still in the lead with 269 points with a 47 and 33 total. And Randall, 45 and 35 with 260. He's 9 points behind BB. So he beat BB in week 8, and he beat him in week 6, and he beat him in week 5. Taylor is in 3rd. She is 12 points behind Randall, and she beat Randall in week 7. Okay, and then you have K. Payne is the Gator. He's 1 point behind Taylor. And then D-Swain's about 100 points back. Well, not 100 points, but you're under there. And I'm way down at the bottom. So, anyway, somebody entered and then never picked. ESPN picks. Well, I don't know who that is. It's very bottom.
I think that was me. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
All right, so there we are. We're locked in with our college pick'em, and now we have about we got about 15 minutes to go with a free-for-all. Do you want to talk about the NFL power rankings, or do you want to, let me go back and see, because the chat has slowed down now. So let's see if there was anything we had in the post that I didn't, let's see, that we wanted to look at. The Blue Jays. The odds maker has the Dodgers are the favorites in the World Series. The referee suspension. The ref, I think we want to touch on that a little bit. I'm going to do let's do the power rankings and then we'll finish up. How's that? NFL power rankings this week. Here we go. Number 1, the Detroit Lions. They moved up 2 spots where they beat the Buccaneers 24-9. Shut them down, son.
It was a good game to watch.
Yeah. Indianapolis Colts moved up.
Our boy
4
from
spots.
Dalton, Jahmyr Gibbs, had a really good game.
In the Detroit game?
Yes.
Who's he playing for, Detroit?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had over 200 yards from scrimmage, 150 rushing,
Oh, wow.
80 receiving.
Yeah. Indianapolis Colts is the power ranking number 2. They beat the Chargers 38-24. They jumped up 4 spots.
How about Daniel Jones?
Yeah. He's found his team.
Yes.
He has. Eagles, they are up 5 spots. They beat the Vikings 28-22. So they're number 3 in the rankings. Number 4 is Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They dropped down 1 spot. Los Angeles Rams jumped up 7 spots by beating the Jaguars 35-7. Rams are 5-2. Buffalo Bills dropped down 3 on the bye. They're 4-2. Kansas City is 7. They jumped up 9 spots by beating the Raiders 31-0. Green Bay Pack Attack down 6 ranking spots, but they beat the Cardinals 27-23. They're 4-1-1. Seattle Seahawks dropped down 8, beat the Texans. Well, ain't saying a whole lot. 27-19. I think the Texans are the league's worst team. No, Titans,
Tennessee,
and Miami.
New Orleans,
Tennessee,
the Jets,
Miami, and the Jets.
or the Raiders.
Yeah. San
That's going to be
Francisco.
your final 4 spots.
Yeah, and so we ought to do that. The worst teams. Who's the best of the worst?
On the
In
best,
NFL.
the best of the worst, probably.
Titans or Jets
No.
or.
I think they're the 2 worst.
Raiders.
New Orleans or the Raiders.
Is better than those 2, right?
Yeah,
Who do you think the worst one is? The Jets. I think the Titans.
Tennessee's pretty dreadful.
Yeah.
Even though they've got a win and the Jets don't. The Jets seem to have been more competitive more often.
Right. All right. San Francisco 10, Denver 11. I think Denver, they beat the Giants. Denver's on the rise. And New England Patriots. I see a lot coming out of the Giants with Skidabo and Dart. I just do. Steelers dropped down 1. They lost to the Bengals with a last-second field goal. Chicago Bears 14, Chargers 15, Cowboys 16.
How many are the Cowboys up?
Cowboys jumped up 22 spots.
They couldn't have jumped up 22 spots. Maybe
That's
jumped
what it
up
said.
from 22?
Yes, I guess. Week 7 ranking was 22.
Yeah,
So
so they jumped up 6 spots.
yeah, 6 spots. They beat the Commanders 44-22. And the Commanders playing good ball right now.
Well, it was the first time the defense played good enough. Dallas's offense is probably the best in the NFL, but their defense might be the worst.
All right. Power ranking wise, who do you think the worst team in NFL is?
Oh, they're going to have the Jets.
Let's be the Jets. Then the
Then
Titans.
Tennessee.
Then the Dolphins. Then the Raiders. Then the Saints.
Okay, I forgot about it. See, I think the Dolphins are better than any of the other 4.
I think so too. But I think their coach is gone after this year.
All of them might be coachless at the end of the year.
No doubt.
And I don't think Aaron Glenn's going to get going because this is his first year. And the Jets. I thought Justin Fields looked good the first few games, He's starting to look more and more like Justin Fields of old.
Yeah.
He's missing open receivers. It's bad.
Yeah. So we got 7 minutes. Let's end up with the church clap, what it cost the referee. And it's just, did you get to see the interview with McAfee and Kirby?
No.
Did you see that interview? McAfee's head about come off his shoulder because he thought the whole time Kirby was joking about trying to tell them they were clapping, doing this and saying they were clapping. He just thought he was messing with the press. He like to flipped out when Kirby says, "No, that's exactly what I was doing. Read my lips. I'm saying they're clapping, they're clapping." He goes, "Why I done that? I don't know, but they were clapping." He meant to do this, and he done this. Everybody's seen it as a timeout. Everybody's seen it.
Here's the thing. He had a chance that following week, so last week before this last game. The reporter gave him all the rope needed.
Yeah. And he hung
Look,
himself with
it's been a couple of days. You've had a chance to go back and look at tape. You obviously look like you're calling a timeout. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to, I forget the word, basically walk back or change? And he's like, I stand by what I said.
Yeah.
Somebody...
How do you do that?
Obviously, before he talked to McAfee, said, dude, you are signaling timeout. I don't care what you're saying.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder is screaming, you're signaling timeout.
That is so
Somebody got to him and said, look, you've got to say, I was so excited in the moment. Obviously, I'm signaling timeout. He's a liar. Like I said last week, he's a liar.
How did we do it last week? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the camera on you for a
liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple. He flat out lied. I don't care that he walked it back finally. He should have done that his first chance he got, but he didn't. And I wish McAfee would have chokeslammed him. But all that to be said, it's now water under the bridge for everyone except for the referee. And I saw a lot of the numbers. 11 infractions called by that guy, none against Georgia. It was a bad look for him. And everybody now is singing his praises about how good of a referee he was and how long he's been doing it. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. And I'll say it again down the road. Being an umpire, a basketball referee, or a football referee is not an easy job. It's not. And I don't believe the vast majority of guys are trying to sway the game one way or the other. I think they're all in the moment trying to call to the best of their ability. But it's a hard... Those guys are really fast, and your eye can't catch up with everything that they do. But there's certain things that, as an official in any sport, you cannot miss. And that dude allowed Kirby to convince him he wasn't calling timeout. And if all the ref had to do was say, look, Kirby, you were signaling timeout, buddy. If you don't believe me, watch.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree. To me, it was kind of funny. Like, everybody that was there could see it was a timeout. And here's the other thing they miss. The point of the ball, breaking the point. That was a touchdown.
But here's the thing. That's not on that referee. At full speed, ain't nobody know.
No. But is he responsible for the instant replay?
I don't know. See, that's where it gets hazy with me. I don't know who makes the final decision. Because I know in the NFL, just this past week, they were listening in on the refs talking to somebody in the control center. I don't know if it's like that in college or not, but the refs don't make the replay calls in the NFL. Somebody else is sitting there watching it, and they call it. And they signal, or they call down to the head ref.
Well, there's a group that travels with college that are up there in the booth, and they're going through the play.
My guess is they're the ones that call it. And if that's the case, it's not on the ref.
It shouldn't be, but I wonder if that's part of the ref's team. See, What I was told, like I know some of the umpires, the ref is like the boss.
Yes.
He's over
White
all.
hat.
Yeah, he's white hat. He's over all his officials. They're part of his staff.
Yes.
So he's the boss at the end of the day, and he has to say, "No, my final word is this." And there you have it. It cost him.
But if you're allowing,
Maybe he was taking a bribe.
I don't want to say that because, like I was saying, I think the majority of the time the refs are trying to do the
Oh,
right.
absolutely, yeah, yeah. I don't think there's trash refs. I think
It's a really hard job.
it's got to be because you're going full speed. You can't be it everywhere at the same time. You can't. And it's always those tight games that these little weird things happen. You know, like when he jumps out, does he clear the cone because he's above the cone? Did he go over this? Did he go under that? Did it break the plane? Was his knee down? Was his arm down? The rules are getting clearer to where you understand.
You can't-
Targeting is one that's going to be a little
It's,
gray.
it's
at times.
always going to be great.
Yeah, that's a great
But
one.
you can't get the review wrong. You can't.
No.
1 out of 1,000, okay. And 2 out of 1,000 is unacceptable. It just
Yeah.
is because you're looking at 48 different angles. You've got to get it right.
Yeah, in slow motion, you can sit there and go, yeah, the ball's coming out.
Yeah.
And if they don't have, how do you have this great?
And all it has to be is the very point of the football over the very front line of that
Yeah.
white line. If it crosses and he's still got possession of the ball after that, it doesn't matter.
No. I wished you could have seen Booger McFarland stroke out when they're going, what are they looking at? And they have it on the big screen, and he goes, the point of this ball, he's pointing at it, crossing the very front of this line right here. It's a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's like, that makes you think right there that somebody is on the take. Somebody is.
It makes me believe that the ones in the booth that are reversing calls are the ones on tape.
Somebody is.
I don't think the guys on the field are.
You look at it this way. If the guy's up in the field and you have, let's just say, you're up in the press box, so are a lot of people, could easily say, here's what you're going to do. But anyway, shout out. We got a road.
Shout out to
Closing comments.
my closing comments tonight are it's getting cooler. It's going to be really cool next week. That means golf season for me is coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'll get to play this weekend, but I don't know. And it could be
Are you a knickers kind of guy when you're playing, or are you shorts?
I'm shorts. I'm not putting on pants.
Okay. Like,
If I have to
you
put
do
on-
like 80s basketball shorts, or you do.
I know I do golf shorts.
Okay.
If I have to put on pants, it's too cold for me to go out there.
Yeah.
I'm at that stage in life. Now, there was a time where I can remember being at golf courses and their little ponds or whatever, ice. See golf balls sitting on top of it.
And you're wearing shorts.
I'm out there playing. No.
Okay.
No, I would put pants on then.
Okay.
Thermals and then khakis of some
Yeah.
sort.
I remember playing
But
and jumping
I'm-
in the golf cart. My hands would be froze before we got.
I'll
to the next
put
side.
a light sleeves jacket on or pullover on. If I need more than that, I'm not playing anymore. I'm not.
I
So-
think that it kills your game. The ball cold, the clubs are cold.
Yeah, you're not having fun.
No, you're not.
So this weekend's supposed to be in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to get out there on Sunday or Saturday because the cold front's coming in on Sunday. And I played in the Superintendent's Revenge at Battlefield the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
It's coming up in a few weeks. I hope the weather's nice. I'll play in it either way because I do.
Yeah.
I promised my buddy I'd play. That'll be the last time I swing the clubs until
What clubs are you swinging nowadays?
the TaylorMade P790s.
P790s. All right.
They're very good.
Yeah. What?
And while I'm off during the winter, I'm going to have to get them re-grip. The grips are starting to give out on me.
I was thinking this weather about 4 years ago, we would be headed down to
Commerce.
Would we at Commerce this time 4 years ago when we went all the way down there to that was the big school, wasn't it? Or was that the state
That was the
playoff
It
game?
was a playoff game.
Yeah, that was the mud pit.
yes.
Yeah, that one. The one before that was the big school.
Swaney had a night that night. 9 tackles, forced fumble.
Was it really that? Oh, was that late in the season that it would already be in the playoffs then?
No.
I was saying, where would it be?
We're about 3 weeks away from that because this is the last week. Tomorrow's the last week of Georgia.
So tomorrow might have been the anniversary of me getting called out.
Yeah, it is. Trying.
Yeah, by the guy who thought he was quicker than a hiccup, and I let him know real quick, you ain't that fast. And he's like, one more word and you're gone. I said, okay, hey, if you'll be that fast, you're good. Yeah, I remember that.
Maybe you are that fast.
Yeah, maybe you are that fast. But, how'd you get up on me that quick? But, yeah, it was. They
hung a 50 burger on trying. The only time in the history of Gordon Lee that they've put 50 on trying.
That was, I missed those times. That was a lot of fun. To get out and do those things and film the game and the stuff we did was a lot of fun. And I do miss that part. I wish our audience on Facebook was on YouTube and was interacting with us.
They would be all over it for sure.
It would be a lot of fun. And who knows? Maybe we'll go cover a game for old time's sake one time. We don't know what we'll do. But anyway, after said all that, anything else you want to add before we go? We do appreciate everybody lighting up the chats.
I hope that the folks that are listening, that do tune in, that do check us out, even not live, but go back and look, tell your friends about us. We'd like to get a nice little community of folks listening to us. We do enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, pray for our country. Pray for the people on the other side. Even though you don't agree with what they say, we're all God's children.
Yep. Pray for my grandson. My first grandson was born 2 days ago. Shepard Smith. He's coming off of oxygen, so he needs a little bit of extra oxygen. He's in the I think it's NICU, or I think it's what it is. So that's my number 4 grandchild. So be praying for them.
First boy, huh?
And first one, yeah. The first 3 girls and a boy, and I love the girls. I tell you though, those girls are special, and I love them, and they light up when they go pow pow. That's it. You just feel good right there. Pray for him, and then also Mama Barnett is having some procedures done. Keep her in your prayers as well. Keep BB in your prayers. Him and especially Taylor, because she has to put up with that sucker. So anyway, we appreciate you watching. Randall gets feeling better. We miss you guys. You guys got to be on next week, and hopefully y'all get everything taken care of. But we appreciate you watching. Appreciate you tuning in. Click like and share, and then we will see you next week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Go to church.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Cannot play with them, cannot win with them, cannot coach with them, can't do it. I want winners.
Hello? You play to win the game. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them on the hook. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh, I got you. He won.
No pride, mounting up, feel the wild collide.